Good, happy Monday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Good Evening, New Hampshire. Let's begin. We're going to begin with your local news. First up, man accused of kidnapping woman in Franklin. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
Since our TV was stolen, we've started saving for a new one. Shouldn't take too long.
If it's worth owning, it's worth covering. Help protect your things for as low as 39 cents a day with renter's insurance from USAA.
Daniel Basha appeared in court Monday accused of kidnapping a woman he knows.
It's unclear how the defendant initially comes into contact with the victim in this particular case, whether he followed her or by chance was at the same storage facility that she was at.
Prosecutors say Basha approached the vehicle she was in and threatened to kill the driver.
The defendant grabbed her, threw her into his van, and drove away.
There are several homes across the street from the storage facility, but neighbors we spoke with weren't aware of what was allegedly going on.
I mean, there's traffic by here all the time. It's a busy road, so really didn't hear or see anything.
Investigators say Basha took the victim to his home in Hill.
She attempted to escape the van a number of times. He pulled her by the hair and yanked her back into the van.
And once they arrived at his house,
grabbed her out of the van, brought her inside, and threw a drink in her face, and then the police showed up.
Basha was then arrested. The victim was not physically injured. Police say he was arrested for allegedly hurting the victim in October.
The allegation in the complaint being that he struck her in the eye, resulting in a black eye, domestic violence, false imprisonment, and that he confined her at his residence.
After this incident, Basha was released and ordered not to have contact with the victim, something police asked him about this weekend.
They indicated that he just came across her, and he said, even though I'm not supposed to see her, I couldn't help myself. She's so pretty.
Basha will not be released from jail at this time. Another hearing will be held in the coming weeks. We're live in Franklin tonight. Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into national news. In national news this evening, President Trump's new threat to Iran in case of retaliation. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Unfolding in Iraq and Iran, an African terror group which pledges allegiance to Al-Qaeda attacked a U.S. military base in Kenya. One American service member, 2 Defense Department contractors were killed in the attack. Al-Shabaab claimed responsibility. And in the face of these new threats, President Trump is lashing out with new threats of his own, taking on Iran and Iraq, taunting Congress. Cecilia Vega is at the White House with the latest. Good morning, Cecilia.
George, good morning to you. President Trump has long said that he does not want to see endless wars in the Middle East, but this latest threat brings us closer than ever to conflict with Iran, and Democrats want to know why now. They are demanding to see evidence of the White House's claim that this attack on Soleimani was a response to an imminent threat. This morning, President Trump is back at the White House and threatening a swift and potentially disproportionate response if Iran retaliates. But despite the escalating tension, the president and his aides insist killing Qasem Soleimani was the right move.
It's very clear the world's a safer place today. Qasem Soleimani no longer walks the planet.
The president also threatened to target 52 Iranian sites, some of them important to Iran and the Iranian culture, if Tehran strikes back. A potential international war crime and violation of the Geneva Convention. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in damage control mode.
Why is the president threatening Iran with war crimes?
Yeah, we'll behave lawfully. We'll behave inside the system. We always have, and we always will.
But just hours later, President Trump saying the exact opposite, telling reporters, quote, they're allowed to kill our people, they're allowed to torture and maim our people, and we're not allowed to touch their cultural site? It doesn't work that way. The New York Times reporting military leaders were stunned when President Trump decided to kill Soleimani. top brass viewing his death as the most extreme option they presented to the president. And according to the paper, initially, President Trump did not take it, but he changed his mind after seeing news reports of Iranian-backed attacks on the American embassy in Baghdad. Some Democrats lashing out, saying the White House has yet to provide proof of its claim that Soleimani's death was in response to an imminent threat.
Look, everybody knows that Soleimani was a very bad, despicable guy. There's no debate there. But the claim of an imminent threat, they have not supported.
Any military action requires congressional notification, but President Trump now says his tweets should serve as formal notice to lawmakers.
It's President Trump raising his middle finger at the Congress.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing the House will vote on a resolution this week to limit the president's military actions in Iran, calling the attack that killed Soleimani provocative and disproportionate.
And President Trump is now threatening Iraq. He told reporters overnight that if the country goes through with this parliamentary vote to end foreign military presence in the country, he will make Iraq repay the U.S. the billions that he says it spent to build an air base there. He says we are not leaving unless they pay us back, and that, quote, we will charge them sanctions like they've never seen before, George.
So, Cecilia, in Congress right now, Nancy Pelosi, you said, is going to be pushing for a vote to forestall any new military action. You have Democrats also continuing to raise questions about it, that intelligence, whether it really showed an attack was imminent.
Yeah, George, so far the administration has kept its reasoning for this attack on Soleimani classified. Well, now two top Senate Democrats are demanding on the White House and the president to immediately and completely declassify the information. We're talking about Chuck Schumer and Bob Menendez. They wrote, quote, an entirely classified notification is simply not appropriate in any democratic society. George, we also heard the same thing from Pelosi over the weekend. She called this move highly unusual.
Right, Cecilia Vega, thanks very much.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're gonna go into your business news now. And here's a look at your U.S. stock market. And this is how your U.S. stock market closed for this Monday evening. Dow recovers from 200-point drop to finish high as investors shake off geopolitical concern. Stocks rose on Monday, recovering losses from earlier in the session as oil dipped despite raising geopolitical worries following last week's U.S. killing of Iran's top general. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather and traffic. We're going to start with the weather first. Let's take a listen to this weather video from meteorologist Mike Haddad.
Thank you very much for joining us, Stormwatch 9 Weather on the Web, moving through another week here in the new year, and this one will feature quite a few changes between now and the weekend. Flakes for some tonight, most of them, but not all, in northern parts of New Hampshire. Bright skies for many on Tuesday, and then a couple of snow showers scattered about on Wednesday before the sun, and the coldest air of this week moves in for Thursday. For tonight, best shot of snow in the North Country, but can't rule out a passing snow shower even in southern New Hampshire. Just keep in mind, with our temperatures below freezing, some roadways may experience a bit of black ice in southern zones and snow-covered roads in the White Mountains and the Great North Woods. Nice little sliver of dry air builds in for your Tuesday, so bright and pleasantly cool, and then clouds move in later Tuesday night. As for this storm in the mid part of the country, it erases to the east Tuesday afternoon, triggering a fairly impressive coastal low Tuesday night and Wednesday. But it looks like the heaviest of the precipitation will be well to our south, and even the shield of light snow may barely creep in across coastal areas during Tuesday night. Up until that point, Best shot of snow tonight up north, but again, can't rule out a spot dusting farther south. Snowfall in the Great North Woods and the White Mountains about 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches. Spot 4 in the highest of elevations. Sunshine Tuesday, clouds move in later Tuesday night. The most aggressive computer model between now and, say, Thursday morning drives the snow shield from that coastal low Tuesday night in towards southern and central New Hampshire. But the odds of this happening are fairly low. The deeper blues here indicating the steadiest rain and snow well offshore, and this would only indicate maybe a dusting to a half inch of snow. If we get in on that, it's out by daybreak, but then the upper level storm moves through. So that could trigger a couple of snow showers, flurries, or even an isolated snow squall anywhere during Wednesday from late morning into the afternoon. Then it clears out and it turns windy for Wednesday evening into Thursday. Notice the winds begin to crank up. Strongest will be Wednesday night when some gusts could exceed 35 to 40 miles per hour. High temperatures tomorrow, 20s north and 30s south. It will be seasonably chilly again on Wednesday with breaks of sun, scattered snow showers, breezy on Thursday morning before the winds go light in the afternoon, but it will be a bright and cold one. Friday we begin to warm up. A couple of mixed showers not out of the question Friday morning, so untreated surfaces may be a little bit slick. We'll watch out for that. If the chances increase, we'll throw a weather impact icon up there for Friday morning. Otherwise, it warms up with a rain shower in the afternoon, then spring-like in many spots, well into the upper 40s to the mid-50s on Saturday. However, temperatures crash Saturday night so that by Sunday it looks like a wintry mix with the heaviest late Saturday night through early afternoon on Sunday, snow to the north, a mix or rain farther south.
Okay, and there you go on that weather video. And now let's take a look at your traffic map for this evening. And here's a look at the roads this evening on your traffic map. Not too bad out there this evening. We're seeing a few yellow spots and a few little tiny red spots. Otherwise, traffic is moving pretty good this evening. No major issues or delays, so that is good news there. And now let's switch gears now and go into sports. Here is Jason King with your sports this evening.
Off with the Wizards in Washington at 7 o'clock. The Celtics have won 8 of their last 9 games and currently sit in second place in the Eastern Conference, 5 games behind the Milwaukee Bucks. We want to give a quick shout out to the Bishop Girton boys basketball team for helping out those in need in the greater Nashua area. The team collected over 300 personal items for the homeless, collecting over the holidays and donating them to the Nashua Soup Kitchen and Shelter. Well done by the Cardinals. All right, the Tom Brady watch continues. Tonight we're hearing from Patriots owner Robert Kraft, sort of. Prior to Saturday's wildcard game with the Titans, Kraft told Peter King of NBC Sports that he hopes Tom Brady plays for the Patriots next season or that he retires. Kraft doesn't want to see Brady end his career in another uniform. Brady will become a free agent for the first time in his career in mid-March. Everyone seems to have an opinion on the Brady situation, including some of his professional peers.
He's obviously, the best quarterback to ever play, but I think fans need to open their eyes and realize how grateful they should be that he's been part of that organization. He's been catching a little bit of heat, but the guy's a legend, and he just won them 5, 6, 7 championships, whatever it was.
There's actually 6. But Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, once again a popular candidate for several available head coaching jobs. Like the Browns, Panthers, and Giants, the 43-year-old is free to interview with any team now that New England lost to the Titans 20-13 over the weekend. His next stop will be the Giants, although word is McDaniels wants a say in who the general manager will be, and that position in New York has already been filled. UNH hockey team picked up a pair of wins over the weekend. They beat Yale on Friday and Brown on Saturday. The Wildcats now 10-8-1 overall, with just 4-5 in Hockey East. They host Northeastern on Saturday night. The Huskies are the 11th ranked team in the country, according to this week's U.S. College Hockey Online poll. There are 5 Hockey East teams in the top 20. Boston College, UMass, Providence, and UMass Lowell are the others. North Dakota is the top ranked team in the nation.
Okay, and there you go on sports with Jason King. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into New Hampshire life. On the event calendar for this evening, team trivia at Patrick's Pub and Eatery at 7 o'clock p.m. Happening right now. And Mansion Monday, Sunapee Home, listed for $1,000.95 million. Features lakes and mountain views. Let's take a look at that video. Property for sale at 108 High Ridge Road in Sunapee. Let's take a look at the video now.
I had the most incredible dream. We boarded a magical ship. And everything we wished for came true.
When you dream of the perfect vacation for the whole family, the difference is Disney.
Wow, very beautiful. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. In entertainment news for tonight, Golden Globes 2020 highlights. Watch the best of the moment. Let's take a look.
Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him.
Ricky Gervais opened the 2020 Golden Globes with a wild monologue, but the night was also filled with so many other memorable moments.
I also have to thank my partner in crime, LDC. He's an all-star, he's a gent, and I wouldn't be here without you, man. I thank you.
The speeches from the stars were the best, like Brad Pitt, who revealed his nickname for Leonardo DiCaprio when he won for his supporting role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He also made a Titanic joke.
Still, I would have shared the raft.
And ex-Jen Aniston looked on supportively the whole time.
The world, the internet, everyone is waiting. They're hoping for this moment where you and Jennifer run into each other so they can take their picture.
I'll run into Jen. She's a good friend.
Tom Hanks got emotional accepting the Cecil B. DeMille Award.
A man is... Sorry. A man is blessed. A man is blessed with a family sitting down front like that.
Joaquin Phoenix also got a little choked up as he thanked Beyoncé Rooney Mara after winning Best Actor for his role in Joker.
Rooney,
The female winners had fierce political messages.
We have to vote in 2020 and plead for everyone we know to vote.
When it is time to vote, please do so in your own self-interest. It's what men have been doing for years.
Other stars spread awareness about the Australian wildfires.
Australia, I love you. My heart goes out to everyone who is suffering in Australia, all the animals that we've lost. When one country faces a climate disaster, we all face a climate disaster.
Hey, is everything okay? Because I know that your house was threatened by the fires.
Yes, our house is okay. Obviously, it's day by day right now in Australia. So, but as we said, we're so concerned, we're so worried. We love our country, and so we're all hoping and praying, but we're in it together.
Things got a little weird a few times throughout, like when Ansel Elgort took the stage to announce Best Original Song in a Motion Picture.
Here are the nominees for Best Original Song.
And when Elton John won that category, he almost took a tumble. We also loved all the mini reunions and cute friendships we saw. Reese Witherspoon and Joaquin Phoenix, who starred in Walk the Line together. Reese also posed with her Big Little Lies co-star Shailene Woodley. And Legends with Legends, aka Meryl Streep and Helen Mirren. And how cute is this pic? Taylor Swift and Aquafina. It was also a big night for Fleabag and Succession.
I'd like to also thank Obama for putting us on his list. He's always been on mine.
Do we owe this all to Obama?
He made a lot of things happen for a lot of people.
It is pretty cool when he says you're one of his favorite shows.
Yes, I mean, he's one of the most impressive people in the world, so to have that stamp of approval was really exciting.
Fleabag took home the award for Best Comedy or Musical, while Phoebe Waller-Bridge also won Best Actress.
How good is the party tonight going to be?
Amazing.
Wild.
It's going to be in a vodka gimlet.
Get a vodka gimlet now.
Succession won Best Drama, while Brian Cox took home an acting prize.
It's one hell of a party tonight, isn't it?
Oh, it's a hell of a party tonight. It's a great party tonight. And that's the great thing about it. It's a really good party.
Do you renegotiate tomorrow, or do you give them a week before you renegotiate?
I will renegotiate in probably about 4 hours.
Okay, and there you go. And that does it for this evening edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow night for another edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. I'll see you back here in the morning for Good Morning New Hampshire. Goodbye, everyone.